Hey there, Awakened Leader. Welcome back to another episode on Niche to Nations. I'm your host, Angelica Stanley, and this is week 3 of our 21-day coaching business challenge. So if you are just catching this podcast, be sure to hit pause and go to week 1, a couple episodes back, so that you can start from scratch and not miss a beat, okay? So in today's episodes, we're focusing on visibility, marketing, and impact. Key elements to growing your coaching business and reaching the clients you're called to serve. We'll cover simple and effective strategies to help you get visible, market your service, and make a great impact. So let's dive right in. Visibility matters. So I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about the struggle with this for me when I first started, so you could do better. Okay. So visibility is crucial if you want to grow your coaching business. You could have the best coaching program in the world, but if no one knows about it, you won't reach the clients that need your help. Okay. So visibility is about showing up consistently, sharing your message, and positioning yourself as the go-to expert in your niche. Okay. So here's a quick tip. Think about where your ideal client spends most of their time. There's a lot of new changes that are coming to Well Valley, angelicastanley.co in the new year. And I'm already beginning to do this transition. Okay. And if you can guess what that transition is, go ahead and leave a comment below. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are processes and systems and processes that I have to slowly stop and transition into the new. And so this is the fun part for me. Okay. I'm going to be transparent with you a little bit. It's fun for me because I get to see the holes in what was just causing so much unnecessary stress, right? And it can be from creating a podcast to editing my content to my sales funnels to all of those different things that were basically cracks in my systems and processes. And for one, leaving my clients hanging and me not really being able to see that because I didn't take the necessary time to slow down and see the response from the visibility that I do get from the content that leads people to the DMs or to the comments and all of that kind of stuff. So think about where your ideal client wants to spend their time. And then focus your visibility efforts on platforms that they actively use, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Threads, TikTok. Okay. So I'm going to share with you that I am going to be saying goodbye to Instagram. I'm going to be saying goodbye to Instagram. And I'm going to be making a transition for all things YouTube and TikTok. Okay. Now, even Threads, because I'm actually find it weird or not, like I never really monetized on my Facebook group, or excuse me, on my Facebook page, my primary page, because I don't know, to me that was kind of like my own personal thing. Like I had friends and family on there and I don't know. I just never went that route. I did back in the day and then I stopped and I focused on Instagram because Instagram had better like editing and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just really slowed down and being obedient to what the Lord was sharing with me. God is good. So you got to go where your clients are. So this is me saying, oh, mom life. All right. So I had to really look at where my clients were. And so because of that, I'm able to see that I was just wasting so much time. So, like I said, casting my net to the side where the Lord is leading me to, I'm already in transition. No joke. I had like 100 followers on TikTok because I wasn't really caring about it. It was hit or miss, like, was whatever. And then I was like, okay, Lord, I'm going to be obedient. And I'm already over 600 followers in like 3 days. And that's just this like start of the transition. Like I'm not even really live yet, like none of that stuff. So it's just basic engagement, chatting, all that kind of stuff, having my scheduled time and transferring those videos to YouTube, making the shorts. Okay. So I'm giving you a lot of gems here. Okay. So find your people where they are at, do the research. If you have an email list, ask them, where do you spend most of your time? If I do video and podcast and sound because I use YouTube, because podcasting, if I want to go on camera, if I don't want to go on camera, it's legit, right? YouTube. Okay. So think about that. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is getting visible. Okay. So simple strategies to start today. Okay. So let's talk about how to actually get visible. So here are a couple of things that you can do to get started. Actually, 3. Okay. The first one is show up consistently on social media. So once you pick 1 or 2 platforms, okay, then you can show up consistently and share valuable content, go live, and engage with your audience. Consistency is key. So set a schedule and stick to it. So I record podcasts on actually Sunday afternoons, because I have like a 2-hour window, because my family, the way my schedule works, like, we do certain things. We go to church on Saturdays or Sundays, just depends. But I've worked my schedule to where we have those weekends, right? And so I have that 2-hour window of not just work, but I'm planning my curriculum or looking over the kids' curriculum for homeschool. I'm, grocery planning, meal planning, like doing certain things like that. Even when I fall short, even when I'm struggling, it's still that consistency in my family. And even though when I'm struggling there, it's a baseline that I can go back to. I want you to have that for your business. Okay. So I want you to just do some research. Look at your current algorithms, look at your matrix, look at your analytics on Instagram, look at them on YouTube if you're on YouTube, look at them on, just look at it all and see where people are showing up. What time? Like, when's the popular times? And so you would pick that time and you would do that. Maybe you do a long form content on Monday and you release it, and then you do the snippets on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is breaking down the key topics which you talked about on your long form content. And then on the last day, like the third Friday, Saturday, however, maybe you do a pop-up live, right? And you just kind of talk about whatever topic you're led to talk about. The next thing I want to share with you is create valuable content. So content is how you build trust. So you're going to share tips, you're going to share insights, and stories that resonate with your audience. Okay. So think of the problems that they face and provide the solution. So I'm creating this podcast for you. And so because I'm talking about getting visible, my Instagram and on Well Valley and even angelicastanley.co, I've scheduled out posts and even content for TikTok and videos for YouTube Shorts talking about each segment of this podcast. Okay. And so because I've done that, I've been able to kind of get ahead of the game, so to speak, in talking about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and getting that behind the scenes effect. Okay. so people can see what really goes on behind the scenes, right? Because everyone thinks that it's, oh, it's so no, it's not easy. I just choose to show up certain ways, and I show up, okay? So next thing that I want to talk to you about is looking at engaging with your community, okay? So when you're engaging with your community, okay, visibility isn't just about posting content. It's about being engaging. And engaging is something that I struggled with for a very long time because I was hesitant. I didn't know what I was doing. I was afraid of doing certain things. And so I struggled with being engaging because I was too much in my head and focused on the content. Okay. So respond to comments, ask questions, and start conversations. The more you engage, the more you build relationships. So stop thinking about how your content has to be so engaging and just get in the comments and engage with people. Spend 10 minutes and do this kind of stuff. Build relationships, maybe provide some coaching, maybe do certain things that other people aren't, right? And so I share that with you because I found that anytime I was creating a hook or a reel or something that was for podcasting, or if it's for YouTube, or if it's for, TikTok, or if it's for, it didn't matter. If I decided, okay, hear me when I say this. When you start engaging with your community, you're not just engaging with your community to engage with your community. You're engaging with your community because you authentically want to serve. Okay. You authentically want to help people. You authentically want to show up. Okay. So if you are brand new and you already caught this, pick one. Pick one visibility strategy to implement this week. Okay. Maybe it's going live on TikTok, on Instagram, or posting daily tips on YouTube. Okay. Whatever that may be, it doesn't matter. You just decide. You start small and you build there. Okay. So, the third thing that I want to talk to you about today is your marketing message. Okay. Now that you're getting visible, it's time to refine your marketing message. Your message should be clear, concise, and speak directly to the needs of your ideal client. It's about showing them how you can help and why they should choose you. Okay. So, key elements for a strong marketing message. Okay. This is something that I kind of want to do just so you can kind of get an example. I like to look at like bios for this type of stuff. And so anytime I'm trying to like work on a bio, or I'm trying to help a client get set up on doing what they need to do for social media, all of that great stuff, I am essentially working toward helping them navigate that short messaging piece. Because when you have clarity on that, it just all comes together. Okay. So, clarity, be specific about what you offer and who it's for. Okay. Avoid vague statements. The clearer you are, the more your message will resonate. Transformation. Focus on the transformation you provide. How will your coaching change your client's life or business? Okay. Highlight the benefits. Okay. Not just the features. So this sounds like the benefits of working with me, okay, are Better rest because we're working on your hormones naturally, looking at true organic food and replacing better sweet options. Okay? I'm just giving some examples, right? And so the call to action is the last piece, and it's every piece of content looking at everything should have a clear call to action, whether it's to sign up for a free consultation, join your Facebook group, or download a free resource. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Okay. Hey, what's up? My name is Angelica Stanley, and I want to welcome you to Niche Nation's podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about visibility, marketing, and impact. I want you to get the key focus of today, and that is that you can show up authentically when you break down what visibility, marketing, and what you're called to do really are, because that's the impact. Tuning into today's message will get you that. You're going to get visibility, understanding, which action steps will take you to doing that actual thing that you are called to do. You're going to learn strategic marketing tips, starting from the basics, ditching the overwhelm, and starting to build toward the big impact that you believe God has called you to do. I'm going to help you start business in peace so that as you continue to build, you always work from a place of peace and not chaos. If you are interested in working with me on working and starting your business from peace and not chaos, I want to invite you to join me and click the link in the description to join the 21-day business challenge. It's a free resource to help you get started in peace and not chaos. Okay, so that's an example of a video or something just kind of clear, okay? Take a few minutes today and write down one sentence, one marketing message, okay, that highlights what you do, who you serve, and the transformation you offer. Use this in your bios, your posts, and your emails. In the caption below, there is a sample bio, okay? Words that you can use, okay? I want you to use them. The reason I want you to take a look in the description of this podcast and look at that is because let's keep it moving, okay? Like, let's not get stuck on stuff. The next thing is I really, really want you to see that visibility and marketing are about more than just gaining followers, okay? It's about making an impact. To truly make a difference, focus on building authentic relationships with your audiences, okay? I have always said, and probably hurt myself saying this in some ways, because at the time I didn't really believe that, but I believe it now. So I'm going to say it with all like confidence. But I know who I'm called to serve, and I am called to serve leaders. That is the reason why my podcast is called Niche to Nations. Because when I help my clients niche down and get their focus back, they are able to not allow the distractions that hinder ministers, leaders, entrepreneurs when they start to grow large audiences. Okay? So I want to share something with you. People connect with people. Okay? So here's how you're going to connect. You're going to share your story. You're going to share your story, your struggles, and your wins. You're going to be real. You're going to be authentic. And that's what sets you apart. How many times have you listened to this podcast from the beginning to the end, right? Lots of weird stuff, ups and downs. Okay, what is she talking about now? How is that? Because it's been a growing process. The next thing is you want to listen to your audience. I want you to pay attention to what your audience is saying. If they ain't saying anything, well, are you engaging? Right? What are their challenges? What do they need help with? And use this feedback to refine your services and content. The reason I'm doing this 21-day business challenge and packaging it is because I'm not going to keep repeating on the podcast over and over and over and over and over again the same stuff. Everything is packaged inside of the 21-day challenge. And I'll do probably one episode a month on the 21-day challenge once we finish. And the rest of it is going to be wherever the Lord leads me to share, talk, all that kind of stuff. Okay. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because we oftentimes struggle with just being obedient to what God is saying. But if we listen to our audience, we start to realize, well, dang, if I would have just listened to God in the first place, you know what I'm saying? So then that last thing, and we're going to wrap this up, but give more than you take. Think about how you can serve your audience before asking for something in return. Why do you think I do all this free stuff? I don't need you to invest thousands of dollars to work with me. I really don't. Okay. If you decide to buy the $7 coaching business planner, praise God. That's an investment. We have workshops in the community starting in November. You're sponsoring a workshop, right? Maybe you get into Niche Nations. Maybe you join or into the Online Biz Growth Hub. Maybe you join me inside of Prep to Published, whatever that may be. The reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because I want you to get into a position where you're serving and providing free resources like hosting Q&A sessions and showing up consistently to help them solve their problems, because you want organic marketing. Serve people and allow them to do the talking for you. Simple. Every person that I've ever worked with, my business, like ministry stuff, the Lord sends people and divine appointments happen. But when it comes to like people like, hey, you should really work with Angelica, I've worked with certain leaders, and these leaders will come across people because they have huge followings. And when I say huge followings, I'm talking like 30,000, 60,000. Their email list is, 1,000 plus, whatever. They have huge networks, all of that kind of stuff, community, online based, all of that. And the reason I say that is because, I had a sister of mine that shared one of my posts because it spoke to her as a leader who's carrying a heavy weight of a lot of people, right? So praying and supporting her, I shared that. Well, she's also connected to other leaders. And I grew like 20 people on my email list because they wanted to learn more about digital products and like the newer stuff, or how can I make something that I'm already doing, how can I make a profit off of it, right? From a skill or whatever. How do I package that into a digital product? So on angelicastanley.co, she shared a post, bada bing, bada boom, right? To me, that's a referral in a way, right? So anyways, just show up consistently and talk to the one. Don't talk to the masses. Talk to the one. If Jesus left the 99 for you, then act like it. He's the ultimate leader. We're supposed to follow him, right? So think of one way you can authentically engage with your audience this week. Maybe it's sharing a personal story on social media or hosting a live Q&A to answer their burning questions. Okay. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Week 3 is all about visibility, marketing, and impact. This is all information through the emails of the 21-day coaching business challenge. So if you want to join, click the link below. You'll get the emails to start, plus you'll get the group on Facebook. We covered the importance of visibility, how to craft your clear marketing message, and how to make a greater impact through authentic engagement. I hope you found these strategies helpful and that you're feeling inspired to go get out there and actually share your message with the world, okay? So I have some next steps for you. Pick one visibility strategy and engagement strategy to implement this week. Okay. Write down your marketing message and start using it consistently. And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review for me. Your feedback helps me reach more people and continue to provide valuable content. Okay. So subscribe and join us. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see how you show up and make an impact this week. Until next time, keep building with clarity and purpose. In Jesus' name.